Superb launch from number one Pecco Bagnaia. Likewise, Jorge Martin, who fires through from that second row of the grid. Are we going to get them all safely through this first corner after the drama of 1 year ago? No, we're not.
No.
There's contact. There is big contact.
Both
We've got four or five riders down at the first corner.
No,
Bagnaia's gone down, and Bagnaia's been clipped. There's going to be a red flag. There has to be a red flag.
Yeah,
this will be red
everywhere.
flag. There's going to be red flag. We have got multiple incidents here on the two. I think Bagnaia must have lost the rear, but it was all instigated by an Air Bastianini, clearly.
Yeah, a similar kind of incident in some ways to what we saw at the start of the sprint in Austria. So left of picture is where you're looking here. Bastianini lucky straight away. I mentioned the tailwind into turn one. Bastianini loses it and goes straight into the side of them, and you can see there's no KTM in the middle of all of that. So as you say, Binder's going to go down here. Bagnaia launches it, and it's Binder that runs over the leg of Bagnaia.
I thought it was Binder that was in the gravel at turn two. That was
over the bumps here. Oh, there's a touch on the leader. He's off. He's off. That's a huge one. And Durrani's over. This is full course yellow. The car's upside down. Clipped a GT car as he was going through. And the strive for five is over for Pipo Durrani. And the car's held up extremely well on top of the tyres on the far side, doing their job and dissipating the energy. But that's a big off at a fast part of the circuit, and almost rolled back onto its wheels actually. Side-by-side contact. It was left front to right rear. Both tyres immediately disintegrating. The camber on the wheels, that means the bit where the bottom of the wheel and tyre sticks out more than the top. When you run them together like that.
Mover in the pack this time. Put your money on Rosenqvist. Here he comes. Goes to the outside of Jensen. Jensen levels. Oh, they all make contact, and it's Rosenqvist who comes off worse. Broken suspension up the escape road into the barriers. Felix Rosenqvist is out of the race. Lance Stroll is out of the race. Mikkel Jensen is out of the race. Jake Dennis will take over the lead. The safety car is deployed once again. And that, I'm afraid, was pretty silly driving on the part of three people, all going for the same part of road at the same pace. Nosing up about Formula 3. Now look, where's he expected to go? He's on the outside of the road, and it's Stroll who just moves across. Pincers Jensen. Rosenqvist, the completely innocent party in that. Jensen didn't have a great deal to do because he either braked and still could have been hit, or he steered into Rosenqvist. So there's nothing he can do. It's Lance Stroll who just was determined to block at all costs. And there is the outcome. Three drivers' races wrecked. They're all under him.
Opportunity, and there's a touch, there's another touch. And that is going to be off the circuit. A huge incident, and he's driven straight into the Porsche. And the other Porsche's gone over the top. Both Porsches are out. Both Porsches are out. This could be BMW's race. BMW, I think, got through that. I'm not sure Jack Aitken did. Pits are closed. Oh, that's going to take some unwinding. The 62 Ricci Ferrari involved in that as well. And then the other. There is a touch. And then after that, it's carnage. Albuquerque straight through. Now, he might not have been in control of the car. Both Porsches caught up in it. Ricci Competizione car was spinning on its own.
Well, in the melee, I think. I don't think he was spinning on his own.
Going to fancy a look into the last corner of the race. Heidfeld goes to the inside line, and they make contact, and they're both off. And that's an accident for Nick Heidfeld. He has gone off the circuit. The two of them come together in the final corner, which means Lucas de Grassi is going to take victory in the FIA Formula E race here in Beijing. A dramatic end to the race as Nick Heidfeld is pitched into the air after contact with Nico Prost. The Venturi team watching on. Corner. Heidfeld goes to the inside, and I mean that's a.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, ideally, we didn't want to put the crash structures on these.
Yeah, from the in-car, it's clear, isn't it? Let's watch again from outside in case.
He checks to the right, he's not there.
No, I mean, that's just silly.
I mean, I do try to stay impartial at times, but
those curbs just sent that car into there. We've got to rethink that, because that happened at Spa as well with the GP3 car.
Hill Outside working with Jeb Burton. Going to be 2 laps to go when we come around this time. And there goes Daniel Hemrick off the bumper of Sheldon Creed. And this is the big one here at Talladega.
Oh my. Got one upside down. Is that Daniel Hemrick on his roof?
Upside down.
Most of the field is caught up in this wreck. Only a handful of cars are driving by us right now. See, Daniel's going to come down and try to block the 2. And when he does that, just mayhem ensues here. And you're going to see a couple combo shots of wrecks, crashes. The 91 here with a massive hit up against the outside wall, Joey.
Josh Bilicki in the 91.
Takes the camera out.
Yeah, here's a view of some of these hits into the wall. There's how Hemrick gets over. The 91 takes a pretty good hit there.
Riley Herbst looked like in the 98 riding right.
But this is costing her a ton of momentum. And here comes Thomas on the charge again.
What's going to happen this time as DeJesus tries to hold to the inside. He is going to get the overlap. They're looking at 3 wide, and she gets knocked into the barrier hard. DeJesus got up in it. Thomas is, Bocuse is, all 4 cars are out of this race. Conrad Geis is the next in line, and he might have a miracle falling into his lap.
Oh, you hate to see that. It was such a good race between these top 3. All 3 heavily damaged as we go full course yellow with just over 6 minutes to go. And that is Ashley Freiberg with a decidedly second-hand looking race car. Damage at the front end for Jared Thomas as well.
All right, 260.
And Paul Bocuse, really the innocent victim in all of this. He had nowhere to go, just got into the back. There's Paul's car. Doesn't look like it's too badly damaged.
Timo Glock, a great launch. Oh, he collides with his teammate. The iSport teammates, Andrea Zuber and Timo Glock collide. I can't believe what we just saw.
Well, they're both trying to cut across and block each other a la Schumacher, and they both run into each other, both out.
What a gift for row 2. Bruno Senna and Luca Di Grassi. Whoa.
Wow.
Gently, boys.
Well, we always say you never know what you're going to get to expect once the race starts in GP2, but boy, oh.
Come together. Watch this. Glock on the left, Zuber on the right, and they just drive right into each other.
I just can't believe it. They're both trying to block everybody else off behind them and just drove right into each other. Absolutely extraordinary.
It was extraordinary. There's a stall car at the back, which is what we see the yellow flags waving for. They're not waving. The marshals haven't seen this incident yet.
Wow, that right front, right rear wheel bounced right off Glock's head.
And just like that, the leader who has dominated the weekend is into the wall. We've heard from Joseph Newgarden, and he responded. He said he's okay. He sounded out of breath and said he does not know what happened. The leader has crashed out trying to sweep the weekend.
We have had just 1 yellow up until this moment. And all that green flag running gets the track dirtier and dirtier, and Newgarden continuing to flirt with the high line. I don't know if that's what led to this, but we'll get a chance on this replay. He's nowhere near the high line. He just loses it down low. Did something break?
There was a puff of smoke there. That seemed bizarre.
Let's listen. We're going to watch again, and let's just listen.
Oh, something broke. Motor let go. Not his fault at all.
I'm sick to my stomach. I feel like we cursed him. We literally went to break talking about how dominant he was, but through no fault of his own, a very clear failure of some kind.
You see the left front shoot upwards as the rear end just locked up. I mean, that's like an old school go-kart seizure of the motor.
Yeah.
The whole rear axle just froze up and he spun around. I mean,
Christopher Bell, the 20 car on the outside, Rick.
Yeah, the back end. Oh, into the wall hard goes Ryan Blaney off the nose of Ty Gibbs, and the big one happens behind him.
And it brought so many people into it. Look at all these cars. Good race cars, big impacts.
Yeah, only 6 cars have gone through already. Look at how many cars involved. Harrison Burton in the 21, who was leading earlier. The 2 of Austin Cindric.
So many of these wrecks right there. I'll be honest, I was watching that 54. He had a little bit of a wiggle before the push. If we slow it down, I saw that car just wiggle just a little bit before. it's hard to tell right there that there's like a little bit of a kind of a move where the car looks like it's getting uncomfortable and out of control. Massive.
Huge hit.
Massive
by
hit.
Blaney.
You saw that wall deflect. Laps coming up. Oh, they got together at 3.
Whoa! McDowell goes up high. Larson is in it. Reddick's in it. Logano, Wallace, Haley.
That all started in turn 3. Cindric tried to lift to prevent it from happening, but he did not lift quick enough. It's the second big to the outside, lifts right there, and still contact. And then, look at this.
Whoa. And Michael McDowell, who knows what it's like to have a massive crash at a high-speed track, got away with that one.
See the fire come out of the pipes of the 2 car? He was being pushed by the 4. He knew he had too much speed. He was doing all he could to prevent it, but it just could not get it slowed down.